Hey everybody, it's your weekly Polygon stream. It's me, and I'm here with Tina and Clayton. Hello, Tina and Clayton.
Hi.
Hello,
It's also
Tina.
me.
Two of them.
And hello, Pat.
Yeah, it's me, and I'm here with Pat and Clayton.
That's true. We're kind of all in a similar situation to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know that? Were you referencing the meme, the two of them cats meme?
Yes.
Yes. I have now two. I now have two cats. And anytime I enter the room, and they're both there, I just say two of them.
Two of them.
Two of them. Two cats. And they know what I'm talking about.
Do you guys want to see? You guys want to see my little puppet man?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm excited. I remember the trailer for this game looked kind of cool.
This game turned out to be shockingly good. Honestly, it's probably
That's what I understand.
on my GOTY list just because it surprised me so much. It is probably the best non-From Soft Souls-like I've ever played.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
High praise.
Pretty cool.
We need your help.
What are some other big name non-From Soft Souls-like?
The Lords of the Fallen guys were, I think, the first guys who made a really big crack at it, and they're the same people who did The Surge. Those ones did.
Okay, I was gonna say.
Do it for me.
I weirdly
quite so
liked The
much.
Surge.
Yeah.
I couldn't get into the second one as much. Maybe I should. I could have tried if there weren't other games to play, but I really liked the first one for some reason.
Chat says, Pat, you're a bit quiet. Let me turn myself up. Check. No, I'm hitting the yellows. Maybe I just need to speak up.
So is this the beginning of the game?
This is the very beginning of the game. We've created a new guy here. This is a brand new guy.
Brand new Pinocchio.
So it is the same little guy every time you play. It's this little Timothy Chalamet looking guy. So you don't get to customize your character, but you get to sort of customize your build. Trilobite says laid back West Coast vibe. Oh, okay. Wait, you mean me talking quietly, not this guy's vibe, right?
Well, he's got that puffy shirt.
He does.
Kind of thing.
He's keeping it
But
frilly.
is it a string that's hiding the sleeve?
I think it is. It's probably like a
cover?
little silk string.
But we have
Fancy.
to hurry.
I like the shirt. I like the shirt a lot.
I
have
like
to
the shirt
say.
too. It's a statement.
It seems like it'd be very
Yeah.
comfy.
All right, we got a lamp.
Oh, how familiar are Clayton and Tina with the 1883 serial story, The Adventures of Pinocchio? Not
Not-
familiar at all.
Mm-mm. Don't know anything beyond the Disney movie, and not that very well.
Pinocchio's nose grows when he lies.
That's right.
And this game is called Lies of P. And I'm assuming P is Pinocchio.
That's right. There is some sort of lying system in this game that I don't really understand and I have not looked up yet. Like I take the opportunities to tell the truth and lies, and the game says something is happening, but I don't know what's happening, and I've beaten it twice. Yes, Reggie.
Oh,
the GDT Pinocchio is great.
But the
I keep
streets
forgetting I
are
need to
not
watch that
safe.
hiding there on Netflix.
Arm yourself with one of the weapons over there. It'll be helpful on your way to the hotel.
Many a movies I haven't seen, frankly. So many things on the bucket list. Because I just keep
Oh, is this
watching YouTube.
Is this a big choice? Is this like your combat style for the game?
It just determines your starting stats,
Oh, okay.
but you can push them from where they start. I'm going to the only one I haven't done a balanced yet, so we'll do like a quality on this one, and actually maybe we'll push it towards the this game's version of Arcane. So that's Jiminy Cricket. He's a little robot in my back pocket.
Oh, cute. Robot cricket. I've always wanted one of those.
Hey, Dev. Thank you very much. Okay. All right. Yeah. So there's these like puppet guys running around the city, going all crazy, making a mess of things.
Well, darn it.
They got great animations. Look at these guys.
I'm sorry. I've just been enjoying a oatmeal cookie with chocolate-covered raisins.
Ooh, chocolate-covered raisins.
Kinda goated. Kinda.
Wow. On the oatmeal cookie. Uh-oh, Tina's in space.
He has become a robot too.
Don't talk about. Oh, I became.
Yeah, I think Tina got put into the puppet machine that makes you into a puppet.
Something about that cookie turned me into a robot.
We turned out the game a bit.
Yeah, that rain is really dripping.
Yeah, it sure is. Let's drop it down to like 3. Okay.
Oh no, Tina wants the cookie.
Tina
So
wants the
sorry.
cookie. Tina's coming through the internet pipes to get your cookies, Clayton.
See, I think if oatmeal cookies were more traditionally with chocolate chips instead of raisins, I think they'd be considered like better than just regular chocolate chip cookies. At least I think so.
I really do like the texture that the oatmeal lends to the cookie.
Yeah, and I feel like they're more brown sugar often, so they're just a bit more.
So nice. I love an oatmeal cookie.
Chocolate covered raisins is a good way to straddle that, though. I like that.
Yeah, Tina's got really bad internet.
It's so sad. I just feel so bad. And after the whole power thing, oh.
Upload speed was 2.69. Jesus Christ.
Oh, I want to say nice, but not really.
Wait, I think it was lower than that. Hang on, let me look at the screenshot. I think it was like 0.05. I think you had 2.69 down, maybe, which is no bueno. Download was 0.06. What the fuck is all right, I'm gonna have to go over there and have a word with Mr. Spectrum. I'm gonna whoop him.
If Tina, maybe if you wanna, I don't know. Hopefully, if you stop streaming it from Discord, maybe save some bits that way.
Yeah, that's a possibility. You could also switch to data if you have better data than Wi-Fi.
Do I
Telephone
sound
in.
less robot-y now?
Yeah, you do.
You do, yeah.
I do. Okay.
Welcome back. I've just been
Let me know if it happens.
I've just been whooping puppets.
Why do the robots have so much blood?
Yeah, they're all full of oil, which I think is
Oh.
a nice touch, right? Though, because like then my nice little white shirt all gets covered in oil, and then it sort of, that's not really what oil does usually. Usually oil kind of sticks around, but
Oil just leaves. It evaporates into the air.
my skin is just so thirsty for it. I'm so dry.
Aren't
Oh
you a
yeah,
real
instead of
boy?
it evaporating, it's actually like seeping into your
I see.
skin.
Yes, this is the
Yeah.
Pinocchio skincare routine.
Rags.
Yeah, so in like terms of feel, this one's kind of like, I'd say like in the middle point between like Sekiro and Bloodborne. It's a little bit faster than Bloodborne in some senses, and it has like the perfect parry system from Sekiro, or something again kind of similar, where you can get advantages by doing like perfect parries like that. Like you can like break their weapons if you do that just right, and it's fun. Like I said,
Seems like a lot of exploration and finding stuff in the environment.
yeah, it is like it's a bit more linear than most of the FromSoft games that I've played, but sorry, somebody had a very funny comment in the chat. Demo Plot says, "Good thing there's a wide variety of competing ISPs and not a monopoly. Otherwise, there'd be no incentive for ISPs to improve service quality or reduce prices." Yeah, what's that thing that the mob does when they like split up territory and they just agree not to compete with each other in those certain territories? It's literally that. Like,
Yeah.
if you go to the ISP website for somebody other than the ISP in your neighborhood, right? Like,
in your neighborhood.
a lot of times the page you get will be like, okay, yeah, we don't service your neighborhood, but hey, you know who does? The people who you're already getting terrible service from. You should go work with them.
Is that a cartel? Is that just
Cart-
directly what it means?
Perhaps, yeah. Boy, I would love if we regulated internet like we did, you know, water and stuff. But
Well,
I guess,
what's ridiculous is you have a place like Chattanooga, I think, is a famous one where they just did a public internet fiber. They were actually one of the first cities to go full fiber, just because they already had it laid in the ground from their, like, I think their power company basically laid it. So the power company ran it, and it was ridiculously fast. It made a profit for the city, and it was like cheap for people to subscribe to. And a bunch of other cities started adopting it, and now a bunch of states have been like, "No, you can't do that, cities. You're not allowed to make your own public utility internet." Just like, yeah, cool.
God, that
cool
would be
country.
so sick. How much does the repair mechanic factor in? Yeah, so yeah, that's the other thing in this game is you have weapon durability. And your weapon durability goes down over time. And then you have this cool little elbow grinder that you can use to sharpen your blade up again. And it's just a great visual touch. I didn't have with the weapons that I used. I think they had higher durability, so I didn't have to do that too much in my run. But like, eventually you do get a grinder that'll apply like elemental stuff to your weapons, so that makes me use the grinder a whole lot more. All right, first kind of boss guy here. Ow! 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 All right, bad start.
Good.
Oh yeah, and here's the other big thing is when enemies get that white outline, if you hit the last hit of a charged attack on them, that's when you get like the big stagger attack. Yeah, yeah.
Ooh.
What's all this then? There's a little boy hit me with a sword. Oh, pip pip. Move along. All right, there we go.
So, they look like steampunk take on old-timey British bobbies.
Yeah, yeah, they're like.
But isn't it like Italy? Because it's Pinocchio?
Well, I don't know. What did like late 1800s Italian cops dress like?
Yeah, I don't know.
Not sure. What was that?
Well, thank you, Claire.
Claire, thank you very much, Claire. Yeah, so it's sort of a general mishmash. It feels like a mishmash of like Italy, England, and like Germany. Some of the architecture that we'll see once we get out there. It's very cool though. I really like the vibe. It is. I feel like it's a little less gothic than Bloodborne. Somewhere between like steampunk and Art Nouveau. All right.
So what was? Oh shit! What was the? I found the name of a guy in just a random dude, dead body. I think in Baldur's Gate 3, and it was an extremely good name. I screen grabbed it. Where is that?
Is this part getting a little jaggy for you, chat watchers at home? Should I lower the settings a bit for you?
I think it's fine.
Okay.
Personally speaking.
Oh, where are my Steam screenshots?
Looks fine.
Where
By the way, oh, it's okay. I'm gonna drop it down a level or two just because. Wait, hang on. It's running at 111 FPS right now. That might be part of the problem. Let me limit my frame rate here to like 72 and see if that gets a little better. It's slightly overloading the encoding. Okay, yeah, that looks a bit better. Okay.
Oh, I can access Steam. That's how I can access my images.
God, yeah, the particles in this game are so pretty. Just a lot of good different colored sparks and blood. And I really like I spent a lot of time looking at the way they do like blood trails on your blade, where they sort of like hang in the arc that your blade cuts and then sort of fade away in air. All right, here we go. Use Fable Arts while guarding. Okay. Dogs!
Dog.
You know they're FromSoft fans because they give us the dogs right away.
Yeah, I was gonna say we got some fucked up dogs. It's a tribute. Oh, here he is. Oh. Dude named Blunt Scuncher.
Blunt Scuncher?
Blunt Scuncher, a very unimportant minor character in Baldur's Gate 3.
Where did you find Blunt? Is Blunt Scuncher in Act 3?
Yeah, he's in Act 3 on the ground.
Okay, I haven't been to Act 3 yet. I need to start playing that game again now.
Okay. I'm on my second playthrough.
Really?
My second. I beat it and I was surprised, but I immediately was like, I want to play this again as a Dark Urge character.
Ooh, yeah. I really want to do a Dark Urge run.
And I got oh fuck, what's her name? The drow elf villain in the first act.
Yeah.
He sounds with an M, not
Mithra?
Minara?
No, Mithra is the god. No, Mithra is
Minthara?
Yeah.
Is it Minthara? Anyway, you can recruit her, but you got to be evil to do it, and eventually 3 people will leave your team.
Really?
Yeah, Minthara. Actually, I don't know about Lizelle. Lizelle died in mine, and I wasn't going to use her anyway, so I just rolled with it.
Yeah. That's going to cause some problems.
It's been interesting her not being there, how the game adapted to that. And then the Will and how can I not remember her name?
Shadowheart?
No, Shadowheart's down with it.
Carla.
Carla, yeah, they both leave. They're just both like, peace out. You're too evil.
They have scruples.
Yeah.
That's great.
And the game goes much faster if you've played it, and you don't have to know about all the quest lines for the most part. Although I'm discovering a lot, I'm shocked that I missed.
That was my experience of my set. Yeah. So I have 2 characters who are close to the end of Act 2. and discovering like how many people I condemned to death without even knowing they existed in my first run, just because like I walked past the area where their little thing is happening and didn't even notice them there.
My evil playthrough is a lot emptier, I gotta say. There's a lot of people not there. That the game either fills in or just doesn't. Like some things just don't happen later in the. Karlek was with me in my first run. Like I had a good time. Karlek. I'll say this: I ended up having Lizelle as my romance option, and it was just kind of because that's what happened first in my early pre-patched version of Baldur's Gate 3, where everyone's just super horny at the beginning.
Right. Yeah, they were mega horned up.
And Lizelle, honestly, her story is great, and how it intertwines with so many things. It has a really good ending. And she's surprisingly romantic when you're really towards the end of that romance timeline. It's very funny how much her character changes.
I would like to experience the Karlach romance.
Karlach's romance. Karlach's romance. I just couldn't. I tried to, but it was like,
sorry. I meant Lizelle. Sorry. Yeah, no. Karlach's is extremely sweet and very straightforward.
Yes. And sad in some ways. But,
yes. Lizelle's is so funny. Yeah, she made the pass on me, I think, at the end of Act 1. And
so funny.
Yeah, she's got so much game. Incredible amount of game.
It's like, I enjoy your odor.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. The voice actor, you can tell how much fun she's having with some of the lines Lizelle has that are like that. Minthara's also been great, honestly. Her just being like, I will kill this clown. There's a clown. That an audience is watching in the third act, and Minthara's just like, I will kill this clown immediately if you ask.
That's great. So, man, hell yeah.
There's a circus in the third act. It's great.
It's a circus? Oh my god.
Oh, there's clowns in this game.
Did you go to the creepy ass house, the House of Healing in the second act?
Oh, the surgery?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I went to all three of those guys, and it's great. And my first players are able to do this, but all three of them you can defeat in non-combat ways.
Yep, I did that for all of them.
Yeah. This is the most fucked up. Definitely.
Yes. The way you dispose of him is so crazy. I love it. All right, some enemies
Lizelle just
become red.
Drank the giant bartender under the table. It was great.
That rocks. That's so cool. Tryla says losing Karlach would be a deal breaker.
I can understand that. But this time I'm actually getting to do lots of evil stuff with Astarion, and God, he's so funny.
He is so evil. Like,
honestly, I feel bad that I'm like not as nice to him as I know people who like him are, because his reactions to doing things he doesn't want to do are so funny.
I don't think he deserves people being nice to him. Like, he is he is the epitome of that meme where like the British people are like, the guy's like, well, what about the murders you committed? And they're like, what murders? That's him.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm also that way in this run, so.
Yeah, that's true.
Sorry, I'm getting back to the game you're playing. Meme Short says you're actually finally fighting harder guys now.
Yeah, slightly. I mean, not hard for me. You know, I'm pretty good at this. I'm pretty good at these games.
Is it one huge interlocking world or a bunch of small ones?
It is it's a linear sort of Souls style world, but it does not link back in on itself like a lot of the Souls games do. Like, it has the shortcuts system, right, where you'll like, unlock a shortcut to get through a certain area a little quicker.
Get back to
but like, very rarely in this game will you be like, I'm down in a cave and I find a little door, then all of a sudden I discover that door comes out, somewhere completely unexpected.
Okay.
It's more like, I guess it's a little more like, I think Dark Souls 2 was supposed to be a bit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Plunging attack. And one really nice feature I like about this game, the game does a lot of really clever stuff, additions to the Souls formulae, but you can always get the one more charge of your healing item back in this if you do enough damage to enemies. So if you're so you're never fully out of healing in this game. Like you can run out of healing, but then you can earn back a final charge from your little healing flask.
Just keep going.
Yeah, and you can never stack more than one using that method, but you can always get one back. It's very cool.
Oh man, so I'm also sorry to keep talking.
No,
about
please,
Baldur's Gate
literally
3,
talk about whatever you want. Like, just me sitting here explaining what a Souls-like is not good streaming.
So a thing I'm really trying to maximize in this playthrough is the fact that I understand the main reason it's not worth just long resting between every single like big battle or something, but instead trying to stretch out as long as you can before you long rest. And number one, it's potions.
Yes.
Because there are some potions, like some really good ones are Elixir of the Colossus, Elixir of Bloodlust, all the ones for the mages or the magic users that give you an extra spell slot. If you take those like immediately after a long rest, you can have them going for a pretty long time.
Yeah.
Before you long rest again, you maximize your short rests. And then there's a couple other things like that, like a couple other spells that last until you do a long rest, which are handy. And then out in the world, sometimes I'm discovering in this third run, these like kind of blessings or things you can get from little fun quests and side things you discover that just last until you long rest. That's also why it's good to try to get into a mode of lasting as long as you can. And then, you know, if you're really trying to go long, there's some spells that are like I mean, magic users just have stuff to like get back some of their spell slots. But I discovered that there's a potion that's called like Angelic Rest or something.
Oh, yep, yeah.
And I was like, the first run, I'm like, I don't get why you use this. And I was like, oh, it just gives you back all your spell slots. It's actually super useful if you're trying to use a potion for as long as possible.
Yeah, it's wicked handy.
So yeah, especially for big bosses, you wanna have some good potions going. That's really helpful.
I think we got the first boss coming up in a second here. Boy, yeah, I feel like my experience was slightly the opposite in terms of realizing on my second playthrough that I should rest more. I think I was a little too precious with resting. And what I realized on my second playthrough is like I was missing tons of like character interactions back at camp, like just little check-ins about things that have happened during the quest. Because there's a lot of them, right? Like you'll come back and everyone will have something to say about a thing that just happened, and like I only stopped to rest every now and then, so I didn't really see them.
I'm noticing that a thing from not having Lizelle in my party at all, and instead of a quest or a game where I was going very heavy into Lizelle's quest lines, not as many things happen at camp.
Yeah, it's a little quiet
stuff definitely
there.
happens. It's a little quieter. Whoa. You're at a circus. You're at a festival.
Look at this guy's big stovepipe hat.
I love it.
Pipe. Uh-oh. Wait, no, you need to dodge this. Okay, I got my brain mixed up. I was thinking like Sekiro.
Oh, he's the parade master.
He is the parade master.
Is there a parade in Pinocchio or something?
There must have been some sort of a parade in Pinocchio. I need to go look at the original source material, because there's a lot of weird shit in this game, and I'm like, how much of this is just made up for...
Oh, I thought you were inside his cage there for a sec.
No, there is a bunch of corpses in there for sure.
Oh, gross.
Yeah. All right, he's turned his head into a club. All right, I'm getting a little greedy, back off. Yay!
Oh, I see. So that's the scram. Excuse me.
Easy win.
GG.
Thanks.
So I saw the text at the bottom of the screen. That's the stuff you can actually understand if you play a New Game Plus.
Yeah, they did a little Nier Automata thing there where I guess on your second playthrough or your New Game Plus playthrough, you can understand what a lot of the early bosses will tell you. Which is cool. I got to do a New Game Plus playthrough. I did my first run and then immediately into a different build run. This game runs really well on Steam Deck for people who have Steam Deck. So I was this is what I was playing pretty much the whole time I was moving, right? Like I put my PC, packed it up, put it away, had all my consoles put away. And I was like in hotels and apartments without any of my shit hooked up, so I was just playing this.
Nice.
And it was great. Works well on there. But yeah.
Got that dim ergo?
Got that ergo vis-a-vis.
What's that?
It's this game's version of Souls.
Hmm.
And just currency. And these are the upgrade items that we use on our swords and stuff. So I hope I get to it today, but you get this, the gimmick in this game with the weapons, right? So in Bloodborne they had trick weapons, which meant every weapon had 2 modes, and switching between those 2 modes was usually some sort of an attack as well. In this one, all of the basic weapons have detachable handles and blades, you know? So, and you can mix and match them however you want. So they'll like take the move set of the handle, but the sort of hitbox and reach of the blade. So you can like come up with some funny, wacky shit. It's great. Oh, listen to that organ. That's not the P organ. That's a regular organ.
Oh, okay, good. Oh, cool. We got a elevated monorail.
Love those, right? Have you ever been on a monorail?
I guess I did do the one at Disney
don't think I
World. And, oh, I did ride the one in Vegas.
I forgot that there's a Vegas monorail.
It's not much.
Is that the one that is the inspiration for the monorail episode of The Simpsons? Did some freak go in there and like convince them to build a shitty monorail?
I don't know, because like it makes sense for that city, some kind of transportation like that, but
yeah,
it goes to like so few places, so infrequent. It just doesn't make sense.
Probably just goes up and down the strip, right?
Because I weirdly was staying at the hotel right next to the convention center, which is one of its stops. I was like, well, I guess I'll just take this to whatever casino it can get to. And I did that. So that's what it can do.
Tina, are you excited for Vegas?
Yeah, I was just about to say I'll try to check out the monorail when I'm in Vegas.
I don't know.
Amazing monorail.
Yeah, you got to make a monorail TikTok for us.
No, I'm dedicated. I'm dedicated to the cause. I need to see it, experience it with my own 2 eyes and my own 2 feet.
So what I actually hear is that if you are in Vegas, that there's like an art district kind of away from the strip that's cool, because it's a place for people who actually live there. It's more like a city.
Right. I hear this as well.
So that's the kind of thing. Yeah.
Adam JP says, one time I tried to walk from the strip to the convention center in June in Vegas, and it was a terrible mistake. It was like walking through a hairdryer.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy. Hopefully it'll be a little cooler this time of year, but yeah. I have some friends who are going to be out there for work and pleasure this weekend.
Oh yeah, this was CES, so I was out there in January. Not too bad.
Oh, January. Oh, I thought you said June. Okay.
Oh, no.
Hey.
I'm so happy to see you.
Have you guys been to TwitchCon before?
Nar, never have. feel like it's only been going for a few years.
Searched all over.
Yo, Panda, thank you for the 13.
Thank you.
What's going on there? Like, have you done any of the sort of like pre-scouting of what you're gonna get up to?
Alaskan Hero, thank you.
Last seen on Elysia's.
Yeah, just looking at some panels to attend, some interviews scheduled, and then some video ideas for just walking around and interviewing people.
Nice.
But yeah, I don't really know what to expect exactly, but I imagine it'll be like any other convention, I guess. Like, I've been to anime conventions before, so I don't know. Yeah.
I would love. Oh, I think never mind. We already talked about this idea. Never mind. I was just going to talk about how great like the all the brand activations are at places like TwitchCon, right? Like, there's all this stuff that like the community's there for, and then there's all the funny ways that like Bank of America is trying to get in on the Twitch fun. They're always very funny. That's like where stuff like the big ball pit where the lady broke her back happens.
Oh god.
Yeah. Since I submitted my request for like a press pass for TwitchCon, I've been getting like emails from like brands and stuff being like, hey, do you want to check out our booth? Do you want to like do an interview here or something? And just like sometimes it's just like the silliest sounding stuff, like a Honda verse in Fortnite. And it's like everything has a verse these days.
And you can really tell that RFP for that program, that request for proposal for that ad campaign probably went out like 2 years ago, and it just got stuck a little bit, and they don't know that we're done doing the verse thing already. But I really do want to see the Hondaverse. Welcome to the Hondaverse.
What's in the Hondaverse?
This lady's cool. She's the weaponsmith in this game.
You should take this. Geppetto left it with
If the
me.
Hondaverse can teach me how to drive and get me a car, I'm so down for it.
It's a fair point. There we go. Cool. Now I have a cool robot arm that I can use for grabbing various things. And you know we love to grab things.
Oh yeah.
I put on my little Donald Duck costume and I'm ready to go fight. I would love a Wonka mod for this game, where he looks like where he's dressed in his little
That'd be so great.
Willy Wonka
Chalamet,
costume.
yeah. Can't they just make Candyman costume?
Boy, the new trailer for that
Non-branded.
got even worse.
I gotta see it. I'm so excited. The first one's so bad.
It is incredible. It's the kind of movie where I'm on the fence to the point where it's like, should I actually go and see this in a theater? Like, I don't get high, but it seems like the kind of movie where it'd be fun to get very, very high and just let it wash over you. But I don't want to ruin anybody else. I don't want to yuck anyone's yum in the theater.
The Hugh Grant as the Oompa Loompa, it's just, there's something about it that is both sickening and also I can't look away from it.
Exactly, yeah. Trialbyte says, second trailer was brain-breaking.
Yeah, I'm excited now.
You can't sell chocolate without a shop.
I'll use my power.
Alright, so yeah. She explains all the lore, yada yada. Who cares? It's the Dark Souls game. You run around. Hugh Grant, huge rant.
I'll use my power to help in the
Hugh Grant was wonderful in that new D&D movie, though. Big fan of that.
Oh yeah, I feel bad. I like watched half of that and then it was interrupted. I need to go back and finish it, but
Yeah.
what I was watching was very enjoyable. I love the fact they went with like actual costumes for the animals.
Yeah,
the animal
they're great.
people.
They look so good.
Like Jim Henson-esque was a fun touch.
Right. It was a touch long. and I think that's why I'd say it's fair that you got interrupted and walked away from it. It's a great airplane movie. It's what I'd call a wonderful airplane movie.
That is a perfect air. That's like how I watched what was it, Kong?
Skull Island. Fuck, I've been thinking about that, and I really want to see that one again very soon. Maybe. Because I got that new TV. I got to see Kong on my big screen TV. I got to see the big ape. God, that's such a fun movie. Swagwagger. I loved this game. I had a wonderful time with it. I wonder if they've tuned up the animation since the demo. I didn't feel that very much. I felt like the honestly, some of the attacks are too a little too telegraphed, right? They're sort of in Margit territory where it's hanging up there for a long ass time, and the real trick is figuring out when it's going to come down. Yeah, that one's pretty fast, I guess. Yeah, that, like, the animations like that where they stagger in a long way. I end up parrying too early all the time.
I feel like that was a reason, weirdly, I was able to get into the Surge, is stuff was telegraphed so widely. Or it telegraphed, and also because of, instead of the organic, I guess, design of enemies, it was much easier to understand things about them, maybe even understand their animations. They're literally robotic. I guess these are too, but
yeah, they're doing a little silly puppet thing with the animation here. It's great. Maverick says it's one of my favorite games this year. It's been a lot of good. Yeah, God, it is so cool. I think where this game gets really cool for me is when it like clearly steps out of the Bloodborne shadow. Like this opening area is incredibly clearly, in mood and lighting and in so many different ways. It's like saying, hey, we love Bloodborne, and then as it goes on, it goes to a lot of stuff happens in daylight in this game. A lot of stuff in daylight and dawn, which just doesn't really happen much in BB.
Doesn't, yeah. Bloodborne was potentially so oppressive looking to me that it's part of why I bounced off it.
It is, yeah. Bloodborne 2 gets like really interesting and colorful later, but not in like ways.
Bloodborne 2? Is that a thing?
Sorry, Bloodborne as well, is what I mean.
Oh, Bloodborne.
Yeah. It does.
Oh, okay.
It goes to more interesting places, but they are never it's never a place where you're looking around and you're like, oh, this is actually really pretty, right? It's like, oh, the sky is a bruised purple, and the ground is an unsettling green. But yeah, it gets Bloodborne eventually gets out of the sort of monochrome, ashy territory.
Just a moment. Be right back.
What did Crazy want? Sorry. Oh, maybe Crazy. I think if I make it through the first like real boss fight, the time frame will move forward. Yeah, Swag. I think it's on Game Pass too. If you happen to have that or are able to get like a trial of Game Pass, it's on there.
Yeah.
On PC as well. I ended up just buying it on Steam because I didn't realize that, and then I'd put like 5 hours into it before I realized it was on Game Pass. Oof. Oh no, I'm starting to get bonked.
Oh, right. Lamplighters League is out.
What is that?
On Game Pass. I believe it's a steampunk kind of XCOM.
Oh, cool.
Game.
That sounds neat.
I feel like came from some good developers. Hairbrain Schemes, Paradox Interactive. What am I?
What's up, Letterus?
Yeah, there's a lot right now.
I'm actually kind of jonesing for a new XCOM-like because I love the tactics and combat in Baldur's Gate, but sometimes I just want a version of, I just want to hop in and play some fun fantasy tactics, with a sort of similar pace.
Maybe this is the year you'll try. What are they? The Me games they made Desperados.
Oh yeah. That would
And
be
their
fun.
last game, unfortunately, because they're closing their studio after it, is this game that came out there this year called Cursed Crew, Shadow Tactics, Cursed Crew. And that's the game I've been thinking about playing Baldur's Gate 3 because it's like it's a save scummy kind of like perfectly execute this. And
That
the
sounds
save
fun.
scumming is part of the story in the game. Like you have the power to travel back in time and do and execute something perfectly. But the like going into turn-based mode in Baldur's Gate 3 and putting all my characters stealthily behind a bunch of enemies.
Love that
and then
shit,
all
yeah.
attacking before they have the moment to like that's the whole deal in these Shadow Tactics
man.
games.
All right, I gotta try that.
They're real fun kind of puzzle tactic combat genre, and they're their own. Yeah, they're really neat. I'm excited. I heard that one is the Cursed Crew pirate kind of version is extremely good.
Speaking of cursed crews and pirates and all that stuff, eventually, not eventually, but hopefully soon, we got to start our Barotrauma playthrough. We got the devs of Barotrauma. We're gonna do a. All right, I remember what happened. Now was I was talking to some people about how fun it would be to like do a group work stream of Barotrauma, like a series of that where we play as a crew together. And we're like, all right, great, let's get this game, this horrifying game about, getting violently decompressed in submarines. And then the submarine thing happened that same week, and I was like, oh, maybe we should wait
That's
like a couple of
right.
weeks to get back to this. And then I just forgot.
Oh my god. Sorry, what is it called again? I remember this now.
Barotrauma.
Barrow. Yes.
But that game is going to be fun once we get around to doing that.
Oh my god. Yeah.
It's going to be...
I was thinking bears in the animal.
That would be scary. Letting those guys swim around.
Like a sea bear. Oh, like that SpongeBob episode.
Wait,
with the sea bear.
Tell me about the sea bear.
Gosh, let me see. Sea bear SpongeBob. I distinctly remember something about like sea bear, and the only thing that could protect you from the sea bear is if you draw a circle around you. And Squidward was like, "Oh, a stupid circle is not going to protect me. I'm not getting in the circle. SpongeBob and Patrick, you're so stupid."
That's a pretty great Squidward, by the way.
Yeah, they go camping.
Yeah, good job.
And then of course Squidward gets attacked by the sea bear because he's not in the circle, and that's the only thing that can repel a sea bear.
You could just really, when you're making TV shows in the late '90s, early 2000s, you could just really, kind of just show up and say some stuff and call it a day, huh?
Yeah, pretty much.
You really can, yeah.
That sounds great, though. SpongeBob was a huge blind spot for me because I'm literally the precise age where it would come on TV and I would kind of try to watch it and then have the immediate feeling like, oh, I'm too old to watch cartoons like this now. It was immediately on that cusp, and I feel like I missed out on a lot of really good stuff because of that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You always could if you find the motivation to go back and watch it, because I think it is still like I don't know. Maybe it's the nostalgia, but I think it is just like an entertaining show.
I think I've definitely like seen episodes and clips of it, and it is consistently very funny. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the first season would also be good. Disconnected from the lore. Not as much backstory.
Yeah, I love Tom Kenny. Unless there's a new reason why I shouldn't love Tom Kenny, in which case, fuck that guy. Boy. Man, actually, I'm one of the like near misses in terms of like content that we could have made that I'm sad we never got to do was I think when there was a SpongeBob movie coming out a few years ago, we were maybe going to be able to do something with the voice cast of SpongeBob, but it didn't materialize.
Oh
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking
Yeah.
about.
man, oh man.
So the areas later in this game is still like cities?
So yeah, we actually go out to the countryside for a little while in it. There's a swamp.
Nice.
There's a factory. There's a really cool arcade, but in the the old-timey sense of like a big cool shopping center. Yeah, there's some cool settings.
There's a famous kind of, I mean, now I imagine it's more like a mall, but a famous old shopping center in Paris.
It might be based on that. It's just like a bunch of big hallways, essentially, with little shops in it, but in a cool way. And I remember seeing things like that in like the UK and Germany when I lived there briefly. I don't think we're going to get there on this stream, though. It is a poison swamp. They had to pay tribute to Miyazaki by getting the poison swamp in there. I forget, are we still getting Elden Ring DLC? Ever?
When is the question.
Yeah.
Gotta see.
Yeah. I can't wait for that. I'm about to get back into Elden Ring by using the seamless co-op mod on PC, which is incredible.
You can just play the whole game co-op?
Yep. Yeah, it's it's really cool. It's super thoughtful. So the issue for those of you who didn't play Elden Ring online at all was that you had to expend resources to summon people into your game, and then anytime you would do an area transition, right, you would lose your partner. So they would go away after you did a boss fight together. If you went from the overworld into a cave, they would go away. If you went from out of a cave into the overworld, they'd go away. So the seamless mod makes it so that you can just hang out permanently, but it also adds some like really cool mechanics, like to balance the the edge that gives you, always being able to have a friend. There's now like a resource that, so if one of you dies, right, the other one can eventually respawn and run back to you, but until you both go back to a bonfire and rest, you take on like a penalty to your stats, and that stacks over time. So like you can keep like essentially running back into a fight until the fight is done, but there is a penalty for it. And then during boss fights, if one of you dies, you're out for good until the other person dies as well. It's smart.
Just a second.
Yep, go ahead. Oh boy. Do 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 do. Lies of P. Mechdel, it's pretty fun. I love it, actually. I like it a lot. I've played a lot of it to the point where I'm sort of already just on autopilot. Some of the weapons you get later in this game are just so good. Oops. I'm going to be, depending on timing, if I make a video about this game, it'll definitely be about how good the weapon design is.
Yeah.
Like right now we have just like, you start with just like the standard stock of sabers and swords and shit, but it starts getting wacky really quick. There's this awesome... Go ahead.
So I did investigate Elden Ring DLC. I guess there's this like hint or something it's going to come out in February. But there has been just kind of like radio silence, and people think we'll get news in the beginning of the year.
Yeah, I would love that. Ow!
That Shadows of the Erd Tree, I think.
Right, yeah, I forgot it had a name.
Shadow of the Erd Tree.
All right, I'm gonna die. They got me. So I have a fun thing coming in the mail that is not super related to my work, but I'm trying to think of a way that I can make it related to work, which is
Okay.
I ordered a capture card, an analog capture card, and a VCR, and some tapes, and some Nintendo promo tapes from the mid 90s and late thousands, so that I can capture and watch those and stream those. And I'm wishing, like, I'm like, should I
That's
like?
pretty good.
I bet if I talked to Chris Grant, who has the archivist brain, like maybe he would get me a PO box where people could send like old promotional video game tapes, so that we could archive them.
That would be so cool. Yeah. That'd be sick.
Yeah, I would love that. I've been trying to think of ways to start plugging more analog inputs into my streams. Maybe we'll end up coming up with something for work streams that uses that too. All right, sorry, I was just adjusting some things. I also I want to go next time I go home. I'm gonna grab my old Canon GL2 and all of my mini DV tapes and see if there's anything worth watching on them.
Nice.
That's sick.
Clayton, were you ever a mini DV guy, or were you digital, like digital files when you started off doing videos at home?
Yeah. So definitely the first camera I had. I mean, we had my dad had a VHS camera.
Oh yeah, yeah. Those are cool. They're
But
so
then
big, such
the
a
one
silly way to do.
Yeah, it's so funny. But then, actually, no, is it called like High 8 or something? I feel like there's something that was like a
High
big
8.
cassette, but not as not
High
as
8
big
was
as a
something
VHS.
between mini DV and VHS.
I think that was the first camera we had.
Yeah.
The family camera. My dad, that I didn't touch that much because I wasn't old enough yet.
Mm-hmm.
But then when my dad eventually got a mini DV camera, I did use that a lot for school projects because in that era of the aughts, when I was in middle school, high school, I learned, especially in high school, I learned the secret technique where any project that a teacher said you could also just do as a movie was way easier to do as a movie.
That's right.
So it's like,
And
write
everyone will
5
be
pages.
real impressed.
Do a book report, or make a diorama, and it's like, or make a 5-minute movie.
Oh, Scarecrow,
No
that's cool.
problem.
I'll have to look into that. That sounds great. I'm glad that we have our great minds on it. It was actually really sort of reassuring, comforting. I was on eBay cruising around looking for tapes to buy so that I could watch them and digitize them. And I was like, oh, well, I should just check YouTube to see if anybody's gotten to these yet. And luckily, like, it seems like people have been pretty thorough in terms of like finding, right? Like, hey, there's this, tape that came out in 1996 alongside the launch of the N64. And yes, somebody has archived it and put a pretty good quality rip up on YouTube. I love that shit. I think my Pat's retirement plan, Pat's aging plan, is just to like fully do I would love to do like a free long play channel where just I capture gameplay and upload it without any stupid annoying watermarks and just say, hey, if you are making a video essay about this game, use this footage if you want. Like, just say thanks. That would be a lot of fun.
Awesome. Yeah.
These guys don't got heads. Do you ever have spells in this game or anything, or is this just straight melee? Getting better melee.
The closest
stuff?
thing to spells is this left arm attachment. Right now it's like a grappling hook, but you can swap it out for like a flamethrower or like a cannon or like an electric thingy.
That's cool.
Yeah, but there's no magic system. Reggie, that sounds very fun. I'll check that out. Also, I discovered a thing I didn't know, which is that there are just no regions on VHS, right? Like, I think I internalized that thing about DVDs where it's like, oh, you can buy a DVD and it won't work in your DVD player. VHS tapes are just region free. Different regions sometimes had different types of tapes altogether, right? Like beta or whatever. But so I've also ordered some like mid-90s Japanese pro wrestling tapes that in theory should work in my VCR.
Ooh.
This is what happens the second I have a tiny bit of free space in my apartment.
Fly
Bible
overhead, 13 months, let's go.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, you're right. There was still PAL and NTSC, I think. That's a good point. I kind of remember.
Did you ever encounter that? I never bought anything for internationally on VHS. So.
Yeah, I like we lived in Germany and we had relatives in England, so I think maybe we had experiences where like somebody would send over a tape that didn't work. So we'll see. God damn, I got killed by the same guy. Oh, Dev, yeah, the dog's outside, not in here. The dog loves to be barking outdoors.
Dog.
Yeah! Trilobite says, the dog loves to be barking outdoors. Is an English training tape sentence. Yes, it is. I'm feeling very well today. I'm going to go out and walk around in the sun. Speaking of the sun, tell you what has been somewhat goated is my new work schedule out here, where I wake up at 7 and technically done work at 3.
Yeah, how's that work?
Great, because then I can take a nap from like 3 to 5 or like 3 to 4:30,
yeah.
and then I wake up and it's like about the time I would normally get off work, and I'm fully off work, and I've also taken a nap.
Nice.
That's nice, instead of taking
West
like
Coast
the
style.
devil's nap after stream.
That's
Like,
right.
the 5 p.m. nap. Yeah.
So
Yeah, I
far,
think
so good.
I would agree that I think it has been nice waking up a bit earlier. I'm doing like 8 to 4.
Yeah,
But
that's good too.
Even slightly earlier, I think it is nice to push myself up in the morning. And then it feels like I have a slightly longer day. I don't know. I don't know how time works.
I mean, no, it definitely feels that way. It is weird how I don't know. I don't know how much of it is momentum based. Because like I've gotten in stretches before where I'm able to get up early for a while before my brain starts telling me like, no, you need to be in bed all the time. But hopefully this will keep going, because it's not like, it doesn't feel like it's straining me, right? Like I'm not like, oh, it's so hard getting up at 7 every day. It just feels normal right now. And I would love to keep it that way.
I remember when I first got here, I was waking up at 6. And that was, I think,
That's
like
too much, yeah.
maybe a little bit hard. But now that
Wow,
I'm at
yeah.
8, I'm like, yeah, this works.
No. Stop throwing shit at me.
I still remember when I came home from a trip to Japan and was getting used to the time again, that I was just getting up at 4.
Wow, that's
AM,
that's real
4
old
AM.
man waking up hours.
But feeling like completely refreshed, like it was very normal for my body to wake up that way. It's just like, well, I guess I'm up. Can't sleep. it didn't last, obviously, but
Right.
it was so weird to just wake up feeling fully refreshed that early. I don't wake up at like 10 a.m. feeling fully refreshed.
Yeah. Oof.
I'm curious. We're seeing some more and more Halloween costumes out in the neighborhoods. Do they have those in California?
So I
People
was
go
talking
crazy
to
for
somebody
that?
who says that they are, yes, LA is a place where like adults go super, super crazy about Halloween. Of course, it's a bunch of, theater kids and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet, but allegedly LA is a Halloween city.
I guess you're probably not. You're in an apartment. You're not in an area of like a ton of single-family units, or.
It's super mixed, right? Like it'll be an apartment building right next to a house,
Okay.
so I'll probably see kids out trick or treating. Well, I'm
I'm
not
curious
gonna.
if you've seen
I'm
like
for Halloween.
any of those 9-foot-tall Home Depot skeletons.
No, I haven't seen any huge
Oh,
skeletons.
yeah, I haven't seen any of those,
There
unfortunately.
is a vape store bodega in my neighborhood that has now 3 of them, as they're at the corner.
Wow,
So
It's
let's fucking
astonishing.
go. That rocks,
Yeah.
man.
And they just have them standing outside?
Yeah, let me see if I can find a photo of it. It's great.
Something that I'm getting really excited for with Halloween are all the Pokemon Go events.
Ooh,
It actually just started today, and literally they have the whole map, redesigned to look kind of like autumnly with leaves, and they changed the Pokestops from blue to orange,
Love
and then
it.
there's like a bunch of special ghost and spooky Pokemon that are gonna be popping up
That's
till
so nice.
October 31st, and some of them have fun hats and costumes.
love that.
It's so great. Yeah. So now if I go to a Halloween party and get bored or like don't have anyone to talk to there, I still have something to do.
That rocks.
That's still in the Halloween
I love
spirit.
that.
Yeah.
There was somebody, a dad and his 2 kids were walking behind, like in the alley behind my apartment, and I heard this. They were talking, I didn't know what they were doing, and then I heard the sound effects coming from their phone. Little like, delete. And I was like, oh, okay, that's what they're doing. And I understood what they were
Nice.
talking about.
That's super cute.
Yeah.
Speaking
Especially because he was asking his kids for advice. Like, it was clear he
Aw.
didn't know what he was doing, and he was asking them to explain it.
That's so nice. I like that. I saw on my way to go grab my coffee before this here stream, I saw a celebrity who I admire step in dog poop.
Why, hello. I know
Oh.
what you're Don't worry.
How they
Wow.
react.
Yeah, he was
You knew that.
yeah. Well, no, like neither one of us clocked each. I mean, like I clocked who it was, but he was too distracted with the fact that he just stepped in dog poop.
Of course.
Yeah. So
Wow.
it even happens to the celebs. Oh, sick. All right, I'm gonna buy my first weird weapon, the electric coil stick. There we go.
What's the electric oil stick do?
Electric coil stick. It's like a Tesla
Coil,
club
okay.
kind of thing. This is very similar actually to a weapon that is in Bloodborne, and then they start getting weirder. But there's a whole stat in this game called Advance that it's just pretty much like your elemental scaling, and I want to make a character that's built around that because I haven't done that yet.
Neat.
Yeah. Let's try it out on this guy. Oh yeah, look at that. Wonderful. Do you have best Halloween costumes of your life?
Do what? What?
Yeah, sorry,
Best?
best Halloween costume you've done.
Man.
I think I did a pretty good Aberslam Lincoln this one time.
Aberslam Lincoln was great. Yeah, I remember. I think you brought Aeroslime on a stream once.
Yeah, I think yes, I did. You're right.
Yeah.
I can picture it.
There it is.
I can't think of anything in particular.
It's hard. It's a lot of pressure to come up with something funny or cool or scary.
I really don't remember half my Halloween costumes.
I think I was a shitty Dracula
did
a
I-
few years ago, and I just didn't. I don't know. I didn't feel like I was a good Dracula.
Okay, I'm just gonna drop this in Discord. I guess I don't know what else to do with it because it's an
Oh, hang on,
image
yeah, I'll
from a
grab it.
friend. I'll just put it in video of the triple skeleton vape store.
Oh,
In a-
yes.
Where'd it go? Desktop. 8 modified. Is it on my desktop? Where'd I put it? Downloads. There we go. Okay, here, dropping it. Boom.
Whoa! Oh my god.
Not messing around. There's another one inside the store, but it's like in a jacket.
Hang on. It's coming up on the screen, everybody. No, it's not. Here it comes. Hang on. Hang on. There you go. Oh my god. That is so scary. They're coming from the vape store. They have their vapes.
Yeah. They have their vapes. But wait, why would you go anywhere else? I mean,
Skeleton vaping would be sick though, because
it would just go into the lungs and blow away.
yeah, it would just they sort of just probably like suck it into their mouth and
The
it would
rib
just sort of
cage.
flow out of their rib cage. Yeah, that would be kind of a cool look.
Man, so again, in my second playthrough of BG3, I've been more willing to just like roll with shit because it's like, why not? I know I've seen everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to prison. And I broke out of prison.
That
was
rules.
great.
I didn't even know that
Because there was a
thing.
skull in there that just started talking to me and helped me get out of the
That
prison. I
is
won't say
so
how,
cool.
but I was just like, shit, what am I going to do to get out of here? And then a skull just starts talking to me like, I'll bet this is how I get out of here.
Wow, man, what a cool game. Are you mostly playing it like your desktop? Or are you doing Switch or Steam Deck mode?
I'm just so used to that for this style of game that I have to be able to swing my kid around all the time.
I'll use my power to help you.
This lady's gonna use her power to help me. Oops. Red hot Pepsi sippers. That sounds nice. I am feeling that 3 p.m. nap coming on though.
It is approaching
Like
swiftly.
approaching. Oh, Rocky Horror. Okay, yeah, that is a good costume.
incoming.
Nap incoming. Prepare for nap. Oh, you thought you were gonna give me a cheeky little poke? Oh no. There you go.
So I saw. Speaking of toys, I guess this is a your pup. There's, I don't know.
Puppets are toys. Yep, go on.
I watched Small Soldiers recently.
Oh, great film to revisit. Very unusual film, let's say.
Have you revisited it recently?
Yes.
So yeah, this is the movie Joe Dante, I believe. The
Yes.
Gremlins. So here's the thing: we watching this with a bunch of people who mostly had not seen it or did not remember it much, except one guy who's like, this is actually good. I think you guys are going to be surprised. And he was like, well, I hope I'm right. And he did. He turned to be right because it's actually an extremely good satire of American media's glorification of war, specifically to how they glorify it for children in the form of toys. Like they have this line literally about like, don't sell it as violence, sell it as action. It's love action.
Oh.
The whole storyline is the fact that because of the end of the Cold War, they have to put all these surplus like computer chips they have for guided missiles into the little action figures. And they just, you know, don't turn off the evil switch, I guess. I
forget how they go crazy or go evil or whatever. I think they're just kind of evil by nature.
Well, they're learning robots and they're programmed to hate and destroy these other. They're the villain action figures.
Yeah, the mutant guys. Yeah.
And there's a pretty great scene where the main robot soldier, of course, voiced by Tommy Lee Jones, gives a speech that's basically just a mishmash of every like war speech from a movie. So again, not being subtle about like its points about American like war media and war movies. But then there's literally a scene later in the movie where a dad who's just like watching TV, I think he's watching like a history documentary, just like leans back and goes, I think World War II is my favorite war. And that was the moment where I'm like, okay, this movie is fantastic. It knows exactly what it's doing, and it's hilarious. And we read stuff on Wikipedia. Apparently, it was meant to be a much more like hard PG-13 for the like older kids kind of kids movie. And at the last moment, they're like, we're gonna sell toys. Like this is a kids movie, so they pivoted it. Edited out a lot of that stuff. They also unfortunately used a lot of CGI just because it was cheaper. But anytime the sequences are like fully a bunch of like shit thrown together that kind of looks like the end of Toy Story, just like mashups of things, little like RC car things built out of a bunch of stuff in a garage. It looks so good, it's so charming, and you wish for the movie that was all of that instead of CGI, but.
That rocks. I remember they like, again, like sort of paradoxically with its goals as a piece of art, they definitely marketed the hell out of it, and you could like buy the little evil soldier toy guys, and they had like, I think Burger King cross promo stuff. I remember getting
so weird because the whole point of the movie is how they're trying to sell this war propaganda to children.
I love the scene in that though. I think there's the scene where there's a toy designer character who created like all the nasty monster guys, and like he created them as like just fun, nice guys, and then they're like, no, kids are gonna hate these. These will be the villains.
David Cross also.
It's David
the
Cross.
designer of those toys is David Cross. He literally signs up to be like, oh, they're curious and just want to learn about the world they've ended up, and he's like, no, they're the villains and they have to be crushed. It's a shockingly enjoyable movie.
Wrecked. Yo, Ryan, thank you so much. Welcome back from PT.
Thank you, Ryan.
Oh boy, I love these little guys who are just like those mannequin dress cages, but also electric mines. Okay. I think we're getting close to the first boss. I mean, I guess the second boss.
Oh.
Wait, no. First we gotta meet Geppetto.
Oh, I'm excited to meet another character from the books I remember. Isn't the cricket in here?
Yeah.
Jiminy is my he's my little lantern. Yo, Scarecrow Deluxe, thank you very much for the 3 months.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Jiminy starts talking more as the game goes on, and it's sort of a thing where he's not that intrusive, but when he's talking, generally you wish he wasn't.
Up and in the elbow.
Alright, yeah, we are coming up on, I think, the second time we fight that constable kind of guy. Hello. This lady wants me to find her baby, I think? Yeah, okay, I'll go find your baby. I'm sure he's fine.
She said the baby was at City Hall. Should we check it out? I hope everybody.
What did you watch Small Soldiers on?
I think it's on HBO, actually.
Okay, I'll see if I still have my HBO sub.
You know, that app. It has a different name, but you know the app I'm talking about.
Now here it comes. Here's the Bobby.
Yeah, and then, you know, I guess simultaneously, I also watched Greyhound.
Greyhound.
On Apple TV, the Tom Hanks movie about the captain of the ship in World War II. He's like a captain of the ship guarding supply ships to Britain.
Yeah.
Who are being attacked by German subs. That was also really good.
Now, when was that one made?
It came out like 2 or 3 years ago. It was like a big deal for Apple TV to have it as like an exclusive, but it's a big old naval movie.
Tom Hanks, is he playing a man who is of age for military service?
Maybe they're making him look younger than he should be, but I feel like in World War II, maybe they took a wider range of ages. Maybe people looked older back then. I don't know. It's also about him like just getting his first ship. This is like his first command.
I think that happens Evil Reptile, yes. And I think they also get like dragged behind cars.
Oh yeah. Sorry for loud cat. It's getting close to lunchtime, dinner time.
Oh, I just heard it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other cat is just sitting here silently giving me the evil eye. Not working yet, though.
Cats are so funny. My roommate had a couple of cats here, and they would just like scream basically when it was around food time.
Cats are just fuckers. They're absolute fuckers. I love them.
Yeah.
We let Nikki out on the porch for we have like a little like enclosed porch area here. We let him out there and immediately knew it was a mistake because he walked over towards like I missed the critical hit. He walked over to the dustiest patch he could find and just laid down and thrashed around like he was a chinchilla taking a dust bath.
Yeah, exactly.
Dissonance, that's so funny. Licks the wall.
Yeah, my cat does a thing where like he's pretty good about, he doesn't mess with cables or cords or anything, but when he wants to get our attention in the morning, he goes up and like nudges a big power cable in the wall outlet like with his mouth. He's like, oh, what if I just, do a little nibble on this? Stupid cat.
My friend's cat licks furniture, just licks wooden chair legs.
It has been fun. We got a new cat earlier this year, so now I have two of them, as I was saying earlier, and they have just started after playing for a while now, in a couple months, which is fun to see.
Cute.
They're just finally starting to cuddle.
Oh.
But it's been such a slow process of the new little cat getting closer and closer to the other one, who is like wasn't sure they were into it. But it's chilly now, so
yeah, they need it. That's so cute.
They need to share the warmth. Yeah. It's funny to see them playing because you have the Godzilla version where they're both just like kind of standing straight up, just kind of batting each other a little bit.
I love that.
And it's like, oh, if you were 50 foot tall, this would look like you were Godzilla fighting in like big suits because you're barely moving.
Yeah, the only time I had two cats at once and they would fight, it was like never cute. It was always just like, oh boy, they're really going at it.
Yeah.
Alright, let's go level up and then let's fight, I think, maybe a boss. Or a mini boss guy. Oh. That sounds very nice, Trilo. I do love the way the shapes of cats change over the course of a year.
The shape of cats?
Yeah, like during summer, they're usually like long, right? They stretch themselves out like a little radiator, and then as it starts getting colder, they start assuming more sort of spherical shapes.
Loaf.
I never thought about that.
It's great.
It's also a couple times now, but not consistently. Our heaters come on, and we have a big radiator cover with a blanket on top. And when that's going full blast later in the winter, they're just melting on it all day. So we also know that that'll happen soon. You gotta be quiet. I know.
All right, there we go. Let's keep cranking advance.
Sorry, did you explain what advance is?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I didn't even explain the stats. So it does a lot of the basic stuff as blood, same as like the FromSoft games, but a bit simplified. Vitality is HP. Vigor is, let's buff that up a bit. Vigor is your stamina pool. Capacity is carrying capacity. Motivity is strength. Technique is dex, and advance is like arcane or faith or int or whatever, whatever stat like that is from the other games. Usually the games have like 3 of them. This game has the 1. And advance is like any sort of tools like this lightning club that I use that get a lot of scaling from elemental damage. Advance increases that. And I have not done an advanced build yet, so we're giving it a shot.
You must be so. I know my way around. I know my way around.
Upgrade my weapon, please. I don't have enough materials. Oh, I just need ergo. I need an ego. Oh, y'all, speaking of egos, I got an air fryer. It happened.
Eggo waffle? Oh, an air fryer. That's awesome.
I got an air fryer. I made some air fried nuggies the other day. They were so goated.
My friend, who I'd go to his place a lot, he had an air fryer, or I assume he still has it. But yeah, it was so nice. He'd just like make air fried French fries. So good.
We finally figured out after people were just like, yeah, an air fryer is just a convection oven. We started finally using the convection mode in our oven, and yeah, it's super handy.
Soup on the rocks. I got some of those Starbucks sous vide egg bite things. I'm gonna try that. Apparently those are best when air fried. Maybe it might just end up being some more nuggies though. Maybe I could go and get some onion rings.
Oh, onion.
Good.
Onion.
Do you try the fast food onion rings that often? That many places?
I will if it's a place where like I will go more than once in my life. I will usually try the onion rings. BK onion rings, not bad. Barely oniony, but
I remember. I feel like those are the ones that are very uniform.
Yes,
like
extremely.
Same exact size.
Yeah.
Which weirds me out a little bit because where are they getting all these exact sized onions? But anyway,
I think I think it's got to be like reconstituted onion, like
that, and that's what worries me.
yeah.
Maybe White Castles are also like that. The other thing, or the thing I was thinking of, is I like Sonics, which are a bit more irregular.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm trying to think of any other fast food places that I even find them notable.
I think A&W up in Canada is supposed to have really good onion rings.
puppet frenzy, don't you?
Mad
You're their
donkey.
maker, practically their father.
Puppet frenzy. Oh, it's a donkey. I know that's
The alchemist schemes
related to
together.
Pinocchio.
Yeah, something happens with a donkey, right? Does he get turned into a donkey? Is he a donkey and a boy and a puppet? Yo, Scarecrow, thank you so much for those 5 gift subbies.
Wait,
Oh, thank you, Scarecrow.
Favorite dipping sauce for onion rings? Great question. Great question.
devil's puppet.
I feel like you pretty often see something a little spicy, maybe like a chipotle mayo.
I
think that's
love
nice.
a chipotle mayo. Yeah, a horseradish
Sweet onion
sort
in
of
there.
dip is great. Honestly, I don't really like ketchup on fries. I'm okay with ketchup on an onion ring. I feel like the acidity with the oniony flavor pairs a little bit more interestingly for me.
Are you a dream or a nightmare?
I can get behind Chipotle mayo with like anything.
Yeah, what kind of sauce do they give you like when you get like a bloomin' onion? Bloomin' onion sauce. Alright, back up. Real heavy.
Not this guy.
Yeah, he's a toughie. Oh no, that's a combo. I gotta learn my range. 1, 2, 3. Oh no. I'm not taking much damage, thankfully. I'm going to die though. No! Ah, beefed it.
For sure.
Try it again. Onion rings. Good food. Can we get the temperature taken on sweet potato fries, please?
I love them. I
Wow,
love them
okay.
so much.
All right, we got a sweet potato fry liker here.
Big fan.
Defend
Big
yourself.
fan.
Yeah.
I defend myself. I just like them. I don't know what's there to defend.
Well, is it the thing where, like, if you sit down in a menu at a restaurant has regular fries or sweet potato fries, you're always going sweet potato?
As long as they're not like much more expensive, yeah.
Okay. All thing else being equal, you prefer it.
Yeah.
Francois in chat said tots are the move, and I agree. I generally, if tots, the diner down the street for me, you can upgrade to from shoestring to tots or curly, and if I'm doing an upgrade, I'm doing the tots. Tots are great.
Thoughts on tots?
I don't know. See, I like... I'm not hot on tots.
Not hot on tots.
No, I think there are better ways to make a fried potato. But the sweet potato fries, I need something to cancel out that sweetness. So probably like at least a spicy ketchup, if not
A spicy ketchup, a mustard, honestly.
Also, it's nice when they're themselves have something on them, maybe like a Cajun.
Yeah.
dusting or something.
That punches it up a notch for me. I just think there's just so much moisture in a sweet potato already. It's like,
Oh my God! You climbed into my lap to yell at me about dinner. Hello.
sweet potato tots. Now, that is a combination I have not tried. I did not know you could have both. What an incredible world we live in.
There was a place in my college town that did really good burgers and fries. And so they had regular fries, sweet potato fries. Then they had truffle fries where they put Parmesan and truffle oil on them.
I still have not had truffle fries, and I don't know if it's going to happen for me at this point.
I like truffle fries. I think they're so good.
And then they would do as like an off-menu thing. You could get sweet potato truffle fries with the Parmesan on there. And oh boy,
Interesting.
Wow.
decadence.
Wow.
Oh boy, not like this. Oh, there we go, got him.
I demanded the truth. Now I feel bad for my comrade.
Go buy donkey.
Do we know what JoJo's are? I don't think I've had JoJo's.
I just know
Veggies.
Trader Joe's has like their knockoff Oreos or JoJo's, but I don't know if that's what they're talking about.
Maybe. Simone would know if she was here. She's busy though.
Geppetto?
That's Geppetto.
That's your daddy?
That's my
oh,
daddy.
finally meet son.
Simone at a car event. I don't know. Simone had some sort of work thing to be doing right now.
Seeing you like this.
She's been busy. She's been busy during stream hours a lot.
I invented the puppets after all.
So this is the voice actor who does Margit, I believe.
Maker.
What?
But in order for me to do that,
Slay.
I need to take care of the puppets at City Hall. Won't you help me, son? Take this.
Nice little
You'll find
bowler
it
hat.
most useful.
I like him.
Now we can dress up like a donkey.
All about use the star. We'll catch up.
Shall we dress up like a donkey? To end the stream? I guess we have another 20 minutes. Let's go donkey mode.
Donkey mode? The rest of the 20 minutes.
I want to use the. We'll catch up.
Okay. Ooh, potato wedges. Potato wedges can be good too. Oh, okay. Cap-Up says Joja's is what Pacific Northwest calls potato wedges. That does sound good. I can definitely go for a potato wedge. We went to on my last night at the office, we went to a bar near the office and got the most interesting fries I've ever had. They were so fucking good.
They were wild, like
interesting?
they were halfway between like a potato chip and like a potato wedge. So they were like thinner than your average potato wedge, but thicker than your average potato chip, even like your average homemade potato chip.
Right.
And they had like somehow the best of both worlds.
Right. It was crisp and then immediately like hot, soft potato.
Yeah, it was wild. And then like a good seasoning, good saltiness, like.
Yeah. And I think it was like a curry ketchup with it too.
Ooh.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if that came with something else.
Oh, right.
You got your like British sausage roll thing.
Yeah. Fries of pea. That's right, Angel.
Fries of pea.
Uh-oh. This thing's a little stubby compared to what I'm used to. There we go. Oh! Got a stubby clubby. Alright. We're gonna go fight a cool constable guy, I think, now. Like a big scary constable robot. He was also going to be using electric elements, so I don't know if I'll be doing like, any extra damage, but we'll see. God, Spider-Man is coming out tomorrow.
Wow.
Oh no,
It's exciting.
I don't have a PS5, so I'm safe.
You're safe.
Too many games.
No, yeah, those are the Spider-Man games, Miles Morales and the Amazing Spider-Man, whatever it's called, like were like prime open world dopamine games, just because like moving around the world is so fun and all the activities. Yeah, the movement is great.
That's the thing. Your open world game is like, it's so dependent on how good it feels to move through the world.
Yeah.
That's honestly all I remember from the Spider-Man. I haven't played Spider-Man games since the PS2,
Yes.
but I remember that was just so fun, just swanging around.
Spider-Man 2
like
on
I think
GameCube.
oftentimes.
No, sorry, go ahead,
Oh
Tina.
yeah. Oh yeah. I just like I think if I remember correctly, like I wasn't actually really playing much of the game, like doing what I was supposed to do. I was just swinging around and like running around and punching people or whatever.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did. Me and my friend, I think probably like for 5 or 6 hours at a time, would just swing around the Spider-Man 2 New York City.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Jumping off of shit and feels good. One of the things I'm kind of excited about for this one is in the accessibility settings. First of all, there's a bunch of great accessibility settings for people who need those, but there's also a way to turn down the assist on swinging in this one, so you can make it much harder because it makes it much like more physics based. So rather than just like always heading in the direction that your camera is facing, you will swing along the path of your little cables a little bit more.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's real fun. Slingshot around a corner or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I definitely want to play that and hope I can, like, I don't know, borrow a console from the offers or something. But I just downloaded a bunch of demos from the Steam Fest that I want to try, and it's like, wait, these aren't even games coming out this year.
Yeah.
How can I play this?
I did download, after you told me to check it out, I did download the RoboCop demo. A weird game.
Still want to get Chance of Sinar. I keep hearing just sounds like exactly my kind of shit. I want to do Pizza Tower. Play more Mars First Logistics. And then that thing I was just talking to you about, the Cursed Crew, I really want to play.
Yes, I want
but
to.
I have to replay Baldur's Gate 3, I guess.
Swag says, RoboCop demo got me to watch the movies for the first time. Did you enjoy them? And speaking of RoboCop, hello, RoboCop Truther. I have only seen... the first RoboCop is one of my favorite films ever. I don't know if I've seen all of the second RoboCop or the third one. I think I put the third one on and I fell asleep part of the way through it. But the third one was the one I think that was either like written or directed by Frank Miller, and it was insane in all of the ways that something written and directed by Frank Miller would be. All right. Is the stream getting jaggy now? I'm seeing a lot of droppy frames on my OBS window.
What do we do? Just give her that baby puppet.
Chop will frame me. All right, let me see.
Chunky.
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 All right, we'll lower the graphics down from ultra.
I like the idea of talking about graphics as like chunky or not.
Yeah, did you get the did you get the extra chunky card or the smooth card? Okay.
Extra crunchy.
Crunchy graphics, chunky graphics, creamy graphics. All consistencies.
Did we cover crispy? Crispy graphics. Spicy graphics could also be a thing.
Spicy graphics, yeah.
Sweet sriracha graphics. Korean barbecue graphics. I want them all.
Gotta catch them all.
God, I am so fucking happy that my PC turned on after I moved. I was so scared for a while.
Oh gosh.
And it turned out to be something that was both very dumb and very easy to fix, which was great. That's exactly what I needed.
Perfect.
It was this really silly thing where my graphics card was everything was turning on, the system fans were all turning on, but nothing was going out to the displays. And the graphics card I use has 2 inputs on it for power, and depending on, like, I was like, okay, maybe I swapped these somehow, so I don't think it should make a difference, so I swapped them, and like in one of the configurations, the light on the graphics, the RGB on the graphics card would come on, but nothing would happen, and in the other one, nothing would happen at all. So then I finally figured, like, oh, I think like it came disconnected from the power supply, and one of the 2 cables that powered the graphics card was just not plugged into the graphics supply, or sorry, the power supply anymore. And that was a super easy fix, thank God. I was scared that like my motherboard had taken too much of a beating in the move, or something was just evilly wrong.
Evilly wrong. Like your computer had turned to the dark side.
Mm-hmm. It was full of evil.
Oh, this is.
And die.
Oh, it's him again.
Evil.
It's like a bigger version of him.
Yeah, I was gonna say that is bigger, isn't it?
This
Why'd
guy
they
has
build such a big
dark beast Parl
copper
energy.
bot? Wow. Spinning head. Creepy.
Ow. Oh wait, I forgot I summoned help. Nice. Yeah, so there's a.
Oh, is that a?
Yeah, there's assists. They're not other players. They're just like phantoms with different configurations of weapons and stuff. Yeah, look at his little ass. He's got a little bubble on his ass. That's great. God, this game has one of the coolest boss fights in... Like, if I was doing a tier list of FromSoft fights, it might actually be some above some actual From bosses, but it's I think it's called the King of Puppets, and it's a two-phase fight where you fight this like huge like king marionette puppet thing, and then you the little pilot of it hops out, and he's just a super agile little dude who's very fun to watch him move around the screen.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, I'm out of juice. But he's dead.
No.
Easy win.
No.
Well done.
And I think we can finally go activate our P organ and deliver on the promise of the stream.
Huh. Oh, that's a stargazer. That thing in front of you.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah, one of the good weapons in this game is a little umbrella. Kicks ass. It's just like a little umbrella that you use like a fencing sword, but it has a really cool parry where you open the umbrella. There's a huge axe where the blade is being held by a bunch of doll arms on the end of the stick. There's a lot of really fun, inventive stuff. There's a six sword based on sort of a tribute to the game's Korean dev team, but there's this seven-bladed sword that was, I think, given as a gift from some important guy in Korea to some guy, I think, in Japan, like in the 1400s or maybe earlier, but it was like just this ornamental sword with seven blades sticking off of it. Definitely not a practical weapon, but very, very cool adaptation of it in this game. All right, let's go activate our P organ.
Yes. Waiting all stream for this.
Ryan, that's a great point. I would love that. It is so nice, man. I vaguely remember being in some places that kind of looked like this when I lived in Germany as a kid. Like,
Man, that would. Yeah.
it's just like places with huge ass ceilings and dark wood everywhere, and like
That dark wood looks so pretty.
all right. Hey, Dad. How do I activate my P organ?
You've
You need to
returned.
explain this to me as my father.
Forgive a sentimental father for worrying about his son. Always remember, speaking of which, there's a factory just beyond the Elysian Boulevard.
What up, Bleb? Thank you.
It's my friend, the inventor Vanini, went.
Do I know who this is?
Organs are the source of your powers.
Propaganda.
Quartz to get the strength you need.
I like the little clockwork heart
Remember, the hotel is the last. Be
Okay,
careful, be
I'm just
wary.
trying to use my P organ here. Okay, P organ slots activate your character's latent abilities. Let's do link dodge, that's essential. So this is kind of neat. It's like a perk system where each of these things on the grid here, you get the big bonus by getting 2 minor perks in the sub slot. So if we want link dodge, we need to invest in 2 slots here. So we can do, let's increase our stagger attack. And then in the second slot, we need to pick from a different category so we can like do a defense one. Let's say, yeah, let's invest early in extra ergo upon eliminating enemies. Yeah, so now we also have link dodge, so we can dodge twice in a row now.
Can get from City Hall to the factory with the key I just gave you.
Thanks,
The
Dad.
city asked me and
No, I gotta go. I'm streaming.
I wish my dad taught me how to dodge twice in a row.
God, me too.
Man.
He only told
Dad's
me
got to
how
step
double
up and
jump.
teach their kids how to dodge.
Yeah.
Missy, that's helpful.
Now that we have a moment to talk, you must understand. Nobody. That's why we're both.
Anyways, this is Liza P. Came out this year.
I am able to. That's all
Maybe
I
the
Be a donkey.
best from Soft Souls like I've played.
I'll use my power to help
Decent
Would you
length
consider the
too.
Star Wars games, the Last Jedi? Would you consider those Souls likes?
No.
Okay.
I think they're games that definitely are made by people who were borrowing a little bit and have an appreciation for the Souls games, but like structurally they're a
Okay.
very different thing. And the attack buttons are on the face buttons, which is it's a little thing, but it's big to me.
Interesting. Okay, yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's it. Yeah, this game whips.
I'm gonna really quick put a link to a related video because it's Elden Ring
Ooh.
that Simone released last week.
What?
It's about architecture.
I done heard they're using architecture on the buildings around here, and I'm not having any of it.
So yeah, it's a fun video. Go watch that. Yeah. I know any Twitch, Twitter, TikToks that you want to highlight, Tina? We
I
still have Tina.
don't think so. I think. Oh yeah, you can hear me, right? I hope.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Nothing I'm like too excited for like coming up soon. But after TwitchCon, I think there's like a lot of TikToks that will be coming out to look out for. Like I don't know if I should even spoil it, but yeah, I don't know. I have nothing to say.
Tina will be at TwitchCon, so look. I mean, there's coverage already on the website. So check out Polygon.com for that.
Yes.
Yes.
And no normal video this week other than Simone's great architecture one, and maybe a new video for me next week if I get it out in time.
Next, I think, yeah, next week there'll actually, I believe, be a spooky overboard. I'm working on it already.
Oh my
it's
gosh,
gonna be
I'm so
it's gonna be
excited for
good.
that one.
Yeah, look forward to
That's
that.
great. Yeah.
But that's the stream, everybody. Thank you for hanging out. We'll be back. We'll be back next week with probably Spider-Man. I'm guessing we'll stream some Spider-Man next week. I will lug my PlayStation into my office and hook it up. And
Can't wait.
that's the stream. Have a
Awesome.
lovely day, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.